We have teams going in. The Nets, again, if the Sixers lose tonight, the Nets going first. The Bucks have been hot. The Celtics playing much better from the East, and the Sixers just killing it. The West have the rise of the Jazz and the Sun. Who would have thought? I mean, it was cool when CP3 came to the Suns, but who would have thought that extra kick? And everyone was excited with how well the Suns played in the bubble, but now they're second in the East. Can't forget the Clippers too with Kawhi and Paul George, and the Nuggets. The Nuggets are still a team force to be reckoned with. With all this going on, Bach, who do you see making the finals from the East and the West, and who do you think is going to win it all as of today in mid-March?
Well, in the East, I think it's going to be Brooklyn.
You do?
So my caveat to that is they need another big guy, and I don't know where they're going to get him.
And then not on top of Blake.
Yeah, they need like an actual big guy who can play defense and rebound.
So wouldn't a perfect person be a Andre Drummond then?
It would be an Andre Drummond, but they have no assets to trade for Andre
Drummond. They literally let everything else they could go, but not this.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Philly could make it. They got to hit their threes. Because realistically they match up pretty well. I mean, Joel Embiid is going to average 35 and 17 against them. Ben Simmons is one of the few players who could like theoretically slow down any of the Brooklyn players who gets hot. Matisse Thybulle is a really good defender.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to make of Milwaukee. They've just had a weird year, but it's one of those three. I think it's going to be Brooklyn. For the West, it's not going to be Utah. You think they're a flawed team? You think they're forgetting? Well, yeah, they are, because we've seen every single year that there's a perimeter guy. They just torch Rudy Gobert every single time. Utah need a wing guy. They don't have like a true wing stopper that could like clamp down on like a hot scoring wing or guard.
Could your boy LaMarcus be that guy to fill in the role?
No, LaMarcus can't walk. You ever watch him run up and down the court? The dude can't move.
Not lately, but there is one video I'm thinking about now. Yeah, I've seen has some wear and tear.
I mean, they really need a wing guy. I like the Nuggets a lot. I'm a huge Jokic fan. I think the MVP race is going to come down to him or Embiid. But I think if he averages like almost a triple double, you got to give it to Jokic, because he's a center. Centers don't average triple doubles, and he's not doing it with blocks.
He could get those threes in there too.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing holding them back is Jamal Murray is super inconsistent, and they've been hurt, and you never really know. And Michael Porter is kind of like waving in and out whether he's going to take the leap. Phoenix, I don't know. Their offense is really good. Devin Booker is very good. They got DeAndre in like a weird spot. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, long term, they would have been better taking Luka than DeAndre Ayton, because you could have Luka, Devin Booker.
Yep.
And then you can figure out the rest of it from there. But I think they're going to be they might make it to the second. They'll probably make it to the second round. I don't know if they'll make it to the Western Conference Finals. I still think it's probably going to be one of the LA teams versus, I'm going to say Denver. I think Denver's going to be the other team in the Western Conference Final versus one of the LA teams. I don't know which one it is. It's going to depend a lot on their health and whether or not the Clippers, shit themselves again.
Yo, you got to. I'm sorry.
That was bad. That was so bad. Like watching that.
Wow. Yeah. In the second round.
So bad.
It's. I mean, they lost their coach out of it. Doc Rivers got ousted after that. So, yeah, but they're still holding it down with Tyronn Lue, and boy, I'm going. I can't remember. I originally thought the Clippers in my early picks when I did my NBA show, but the Lakers. I mean, once AD is back at full streak too, like if LeBron gets that fifth ring, man, next season so much on the line to try to tie Jordan. I think that alone could be the extra motivating factor with him. I know, what is LeBron 37, 38?
37, I think. Also, the other thing is, if the Clippers don't win this year, they're in a lot of trouble because Paul George and Kawhi are free agents.
Yeah, exactly. And then it turns into a Colossus failure.
So if they like flame out again, somebody's getting traded. That's good for Paul George.
Again. Oh boy. But we have so much NBA to look forward to, Bach. We really do. And I support, I think, seeing a Brooklyn team going against the Lakers. I still have to be loyal, keep with my Bucks. I said Bucks Clippers at the beginning of the season, but if I don't know,
on this Brooklyn team is just bonkers.
Yeah, I mean Brooklyn. You have an all-star team alone. You'd have an all-star team 5 years ago, if with that four plus, Joe Harris and stuff, but or Jeff Green. It's so intense, and we get to watch it through the summer now, and I just can't wait. I just can't.